heartbroken, really just disgusted, and wish I had never come.
Now at 7, any minute, the Army Corps of Engineers will reduce the amount of fresh water flowing from Lake Okeechobee to the Caloosahatchee, but some visitors say it's too late. Plus, the community comes together to honor a LaBelle boy fighting for his life. We'll take you live to today's major fundraiser for the Reyna family. And a massive wildfire has now crossed into Yosemite National Park. Find out the latest on where it's spreading and what areas are in a state of emergency.
From Southwest Florida's news leader, this is Wink News Now Weekend.
Good Saturday morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm Stephanie Suskine.
And I'm Katie Wolf.
We'll have more on your top stories coming up in just a minute. But first, of course, a check of our wake-up forecast.
Yes, all around it's a pretty nice start.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous sunrise. Of course, the sun officially rising in 3 minutes. It's the official sunrise, but already gorgeous degrees.
We continue to follow breaking news overnight. 2 people are in the hospital right now after they were shot in Fort Myers. It happened on Van Buren Street around 3 this morning. This is exclusive video you're looking at right now. Fort Myers police tell Wink News the injuries are not life-threatening and both victims are in stable condition. Officers say the shooter fired about 15 rounds through the window of a duplex. They've not made any arrests at this time. Also breaking news this morning, Lee County Sheriff's deputies are searching for a man accused of trying to rob a drugstore at gunpoint. It happened around 2:30 this morning at the Walgreens on South Cleveland Avenue and College Parkway. Deputies tell Wink News exclusively a man went in with a handgun and demanded pills. So far, no word on whether the man got away with anything. If you have any information on either of these early morning crimes, call Crime Stoppers. That number on your screen, 1-800-780-TIPS. Right now in Southwest Florida, 2 communities are banding together, each to rally around its own cause. In LaBelle, the town of about 4,000 people is doing its part to support the Reyna family as 12-year-old Zachary tries to recover from his bout with a brain-eating amoeba. And over on the coast, a group of concerned citizens are planning to protest against the amount of fresh water that's being released into the Caloosahatchee River from Lake Okeechobee. This morning, Wink News has live coverage in both locations. Amanda Hall is at the Sanibel Causeway and Therese O'Shea is live in LaBelle. She begins our top story coverage this morning. Therese?
Yeah, good morning, Steph. We have a group of supporters out here getting ready for today's fundraiser. It's a barbecue and barrel race to raise more funds to support Zachary Reyna and his family as they're going through this very difficult time right now. Now, today's event starts up at 10 o'clock this morning with an exhibition and barrel race. Later on at 11, we'll start eating. They've been out here cooking up barbecue all night long. In fact, some people have been here since 3 o'clock this morning, even though it's early right now. It's late for them this morning, and all of the proceeds for today's event will go toward a fund that's been set up at First Bank in Clewiston to support the Reyna family. We'll have more information on the event today and an update on Zachary Reyna coming up in just a bit. Steph, back to you.
All right, thanks, Therese. Now we want to send things over to Amanda Hall, who's live at the Sanibel Causeway for the Save Our Bay rally. And Amanda, people are arriving there today not happy with what the fresh water from Lake Okeechobee is doing to the Gulf.
That's exactly right, Stephanie, but they did get a bit of good news yesterday when the Army Corps of Engineers announced they will start scaling back those releases. That's supposed to happen at 7 o'clock this morning. They're supposed to scale back the releases into the Caloosahatchee and St. Lucie rivers by 40%. Now, the Army Corps of Engineers says they have to do these releases to ease the pressure on the Hoover Dike and to avoid potential flooding. But we're expecting between 500 and 1,000 people. Reporting live on the Causeway, Amanda Hall, Wink News Now.
All right, thank you, Amanda. Today in Oklahoma, a memorial football game will honor baseball player Chris Lane, who was shot and killed at random earlier this week. The 3 teens charged in his killing say they gunned down the Australian because they were bored. Some have speculated race may have motivated them, but according to the district attorney, Jason Hicks, there is no evidence to support race was the primary motive in the murder. 3 teenagers, James Edwards Jr., Chancey Luna, and Michael Jones, are all charged in the death. Now one of the teens' sisters is speaking out.
Do you now believe that maybe he was in a gang?
I believe he may have joined in a gang because that they promised them so much.
Did you ever tell your brother to stop running around with gang members?
I didn't hardly see him, but when I did, I told him, I said, you're a smart child. I said, ignore people when they provoke you into anger.
Well, one man who lives in the suspect's community told an Australian newspaper that he does believe the murder may have been part of a gang ritual. Homeland Security put one of its employees on paid administrative leave after it discovered the man was running what officials call a racist website. Ayo Kamenath is an acquisitions officer for Immigration and Customs Enforcement who deals with small businesses. But he's also the operator of the website War on the Horizon. It includes descriptions of a, quote, unavoidable, inevitable clash with the white race. His website criticizes whites, gays, those of mixed race, and blacks who integrate with whites. A Wink News exclusive for you this morning. A Cape Coral man shared his story with us about what happened when he found a prowler in his front yard this week.
Leveled my weapon, told him don't move, don't move.
That's Quinn Saddam. He says he didn't think twice about pulling out his gun when he saw a suspicious man lurking on his property.
There's somebody on the property, somebody committing crimes. I'm going to protect myself, protect the house, absolutely.
Well, shortly after police arrived, they arrested Ivy Watson for loitering and prowling. Officials are now working to find out if Watson is connected to recent car burglaries in the area.
And your beach forecast. Head out early. Afternoon storms are expected. Highs at the beach around 90 degrees. When I come back, a look at that 7-day forecast. Stay with us.